left foot, score! Hammers this one.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott. We are at the Cindy and Kenneth Long Family Football Operations Facility, the home, of course, of Gamecock football, which we will get into a little later on in the program because signing day took place this past week. We were hearing from Will Muschamp and getting all sorts of coverage of the newest member of the Gamecock football family. But we'll get things started with some Carolina men's basketball. Gamecocks playing well in SEC action of late. They matched up recently with the Missouri Tigers. You know, when Carolina and Missouri get together, a lot of similarities. Of course, both schools located in Columbia, both teams coached by guys named Martin. But on this particular Saturday, the Gamecocks had the edge in a huge way. Let's take a look at some highlights from the CLA.
We got to give it everything we got. We got to play for 40 minutes because this team's not going to stop playing.
A lot of energy, 40 minutes of everyone giving us energy. No negative vibes, man. Maximize everything we got left together. Let's make this the best team that we can be.
Let's go. We got a show here in Columbia, South Carolina, home of the Gamecocks, who have won 4 of 5. Carolina taking on Missouri here at the Colonial Life Arena.
Bryant feeds to Lawson on a backdoor cut, and AJ's got a lay. Feeds Lawson, catch and shoot 3 on the way, and perfect.
Well, he continues.
What a play by Kotsar. That is all flat-out hustle.
Gibson to the other end, and erased by Justin Minaya. Lawson going to step back for a 3, and he's going to hit it. To back to TJ, deep 3 left side, yes sir. Our jumper, left elbow, bingo!
Can he miss anything from the floor?
Not tonight. Kotsar with 19. Kuzno brings it across midcourt, lobs for Lawson, who flushes it. The perfect feed.
Almost from half court.
So the Gamecocks' lone senior, Mike Kotsar, with his second double-double of the season, and he leads the Gamecocks to a big win over the Missouri Tigers. Coming back with more of Gamecock Insider in just a moment. We'll be talking some football, signing day information, so stay with us. Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks. And Wild Wing Cafe, where great food rocks.
When it comes to your money, how do you relax?
I relax because I'm with Founders.
Because a credit union is not a bank.
Banks make money off of you.
Founders focuses on the people, not the profit.
That's the member benefit.
So while we're planning for college,
My future, or my new car, building a home,
Or building a nest egg.
Founders works for the financial success of me.
We're members.
And that means we have a say.
And that's how I relax.
Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com for membership details.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
When is the last time you traced your roots? Not your family's roots. The roots of the food you eat. Those roots should run deep, not from afar. Just like the legacy of farmers here in South Carolina. Day in, day out, farmers from every corner of our state are carrying on the traditions of bringing locally grown food to your table. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. I'm Derek Scott. We're at the Long Family Football Operations Facility, which is also where Coach Muschamp holds his press conferences during the offseason, and he had one of those this past week because it was National Signing Day. Let's hear more from Coach Muschamp on the newest members of the Gamecock football program.
Great day. We signed 4 really good players today. Excited about and continuing to improve our roster. And continue to create the quality we're going to need to have in our league. And there's no doubt helped ourselves today. I'll start out with Zaquandre White from Cape Coral, Florida. Originally played at North Fort Myers for Ernest Graham, a guy that I know extremely well and have a lot of respect for. He thinks a lot of Zaquandre as a running back. Originally qualified, signed with Florida State out of high school. And went through the coaching change when Coach Fisher was there and transferred to, went to Coach Taggart. And just kind of sometimes when you have those transitions, you lose some really good football players. And I actually talked to Jimbo about Zaquandre. Really liked his athleticism and him as a young man, and feels like he's got a tremendous upside. So really excited to have him. Went out to Iowa Western, did a really nice job out there. His parents, Zach and Dorothy, were great in this process. But a guy that's got the type of measurables you want, and really excited to add another, a size speed athlete to our football team. Certainly is gonna help us there. Jakari Caldwell from Northwestern High School right here in South Carolina, Rock Hill, just had an unbelievable senior season. Paige Wofford, who was the offensive coordinator at Daniel, went to Northwestern and installed an offense, and they threw the ball an awful lot, and they do a really nice job throwing it. And Jakari ended up, I think, with 51 catches, and kind of kept coming onto the screen for us in fall. We got more and more excited about him, and then you meet him and you see the type young man he is and what he stands for. His mom, Demetrius, is a fantastic woman, and we just had a really hit it off when we met. Came down on the official visit, came unofficial, and then came back for an official visit, and really excited to add another guy from the Rock Hill area to our football team, obviously the hotbed in South Carolina of football. Alex Huntley from Hammond School. I've got a unique relationship, obviously, with Alex. Saw him as a freshman in lacrosse, 280 pounds, running up and down the field. Obviously with my son Jackson being at Hammond, but just a big athlete, very flexible in his lower body, very powerful in his lower body. But I saw him continue to grow and mature there at Hammond, in which Eric Kimmery, the head coach there, does a fantastic job. So just to watch this guy grow through the process. Lisa and Harold have been awesome. Been raised right, and really excited about him and joining our program. The guy is a student body president at Hammond. He didn't enter Hammond until the 9th grade. Says a lot about the type positive impact he can have on other people and what he'll do in our locker room. But I'm really excited about him. And Gilbert Edmond from Westwood High School in Fort Pierce, Florida, kind of came on our radar really late, about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. I wanted to add another linebacker to our class. He's about 6'3", about 205. But can really play in space, can really run. Jeff George is his head coach. And talking to him, the type young man we want on our football team, and we went down and saw him the last couple of weeks there in January and really felt good about him, and were able to know that we were going to have a spot available and wanted to extend that. So that puts us at 24 initials. We obviously still have one left. So, but really excited about adding these 4 guys to our class. Again, I like where our numbers are positionally as they're distributed through our team on our roster. Our mid-year guys are doing really well. To see those guys, the 4 offensive linemen fit, as far as athletically and playing with power. Luke Doty's been outstanding. Marshawn Lloyd, another guy we're, seeing guy that's really competing on a high level, which is exciting to see. Mike Wyman's done some nice things for us. O'Donnell Fortune and Dominic Hill both showed up, done a nice job for us. So I'm really pleased with the progress with Coach Jackson and what they've done to this point. the all-season program. We've monitored it as coaches, and we'll certainly start taking more of a role next week as coaches. And we'll get really about 6 days before we start spring on February 26th with our football team as far as working a little bit with them hands-on, which what we're allowed to do by NCAA rules in the off-season. So excited about today and obviously us moving forward, and I'll open it up for any questions.
Coach, when speaking with Boogie today, he talked about the close-knit nature of this 2020 recruiting class. How have you seen that come together, and how significant can that be in playing a role in helping develop not just the 2020 class, but the entire program when you see a group like that come together before they even step foot onto campus?
Well, I think it really leads to leadership and guys that are willing to lead and positively affect other guys. They have a text thread amongst the entire group, and they're constantly talking about the things they need to be doing to be successful, and that says awful lot about that. But that generally leads to good recruiting classes too, because you got the right type of leadership and obviously the quality of player you need to have to win in this league.
So that's a wrap on National Signing Day for the Gamecocks. Spring football just around the corner, and of course we cannot wait. Let's transition for just a moment and tell you a little bit about our Terminix Pest Player of the Week. It is Mike Kotsar from the Gamecock men's basketball program, the only senior on the squad. He had his second career double-double last weekend against the Missouri Tigers, and then backed it up with a huge performance on the road this past week also against Ole Miss. Mike playing tremendous basketball, and this is his final season in the Garnet and Black. Meanwhile, some bad news on the Prisma Health injury report, and that is that Mike's teammate and front court running mate Justin Minaya has suffered a thumb injury, had to undergo surgery. His time away from the program still to be determined, hoping to see Justin back in the Garnet and Black before the season is over, and certainly we wish him the best in his recovery from that surgery. Coming back in a bit with more of Gamecock Insiders, so stay with us. We'll be hearing from Don Staley as the #1 team in the nation. The Carolina women's basketball team rolls on through the SEC. Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pregame court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
And when the unexpected happens to you, there's Colonial Life. Benefits that help cover what your regular insurance doesn't.
Hey Gamecock fans, this is Coach Will Muschamp. As head coach of the Gamecocks, I know it's important to practice healthy habits to stay in the game, including exercising regularly, reducing stress, and scheduling checkups with your doctor. As the official healthcare provider and team physician for the Gamecocks, Prisma Health helps the team stay healthy on and off the field. And with locations across the Midlands, they make it convenient for the entire Garnet and Black community to get the health care they need. To find out how you can live healthier, visit prismahealth.org/Gamecocks.
Hi, I'm Gamecock legend Connor Shaw, here to tell you that joining the Alumni Association is a home run. And as the new spokesperson for the Alumni Association, I want to represent all Gamecocks, regardless of their Carolina experience. Because that is what the Alumni Association does. They support all of us, not just record-breaking quarterbacks, like me. So join today or visit mycarolina.org to learn more.
Join us every week at Wild Wing Cafe for Carolina Calls from 7 to 8 o'clock. Wild Wing Cafe is Columbia's home for hot wings, cold beer, and good times. Tune into Carolina Calls every week and go to wildwingcafe.com for more information. Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. I'm Derek Scott. It's always good to hear from Dawn Staley. Of course, she's not only an entertaining speaker, but she's the coach of the #1 team in the nation, Carolina's women's basketball squad. They were on the road this past week against the Arkansas Razorbacks, and we were able to catch up with Dawn before the team hit the road to find out more about where her squad is right now as they get ready to head into the home stretch of the season here in the month of February.
Have you emphasized, finishing strong? Obviously you started strong, but have you emphasized that a little bit more, or is it kind of just take it this game?
I mean, I think we got to play the entire game the way we played it for the 37 minutes that we played it. Obviously, we let them get loose and shoot some threes. We let their press bother us a little bit, so we worked that a little bit over the past 2 days. So we anticipate them probably playing much like they played at the end of that game. So, it's a road win. We're probably a little bit banged up. We're not going to flinch. We're going to continue to play like we normally play.
What was the key to slowing them down last time, and do you think it can work again, or will they have adjusted?
I mean, it's hard to slow them down. I mean, you just got to make sure that you're contesting all the shots. We're hopefully allowing them to 2 us rather than 3 us. I mean, obviously we can't retreat. We retreated in transition and, play the drive when they're going to stop and pop. So we got to do a much better job at just making sure that we're locked in and ready to, take away just some of their threes. They're going to shoot threes. They're going to make threes. We just got to take, if it's 15 of them, if we can cut that in half, I think it helps us in a big way. It is what it is. Their style of play is what it is. Our style of play is what it is. We know what we need to do to execute and win the basketball game. They know what they need to do. It's just a power of wills. If our will is going to be better than theirs, we win the basketball game. But if they're able to play their style of play, it'll be a hard night for us. We all bring different values to the offensive side of the ball. I mean, we have to take open shots. I think the last game that we played, I thought our perimeter players gave up open looks. Ty's got to be aggressive. Henny's got to be aggressive. Zai's always aggressive. Bree's got to be aggressive. Everybody's got to be aggressive.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
When it comes to your money, how do you relax?
I relax because I'm with Founders.
Because a credit union is not a bank.
Banks make money off of you.
Founders focuses on the people, not the profit.
That's the member benefit.
So while we're planning for college, my future, or my new car, building a home,
Or building a nest egg.
Founders works for the financial success of me.
We're members.
And that means we have a say.
And that's how I relax.
Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com for membership details.
When is the last time you traced your roots? Not your family's roots. The roots of the food you eat. Those roots should run deep, not from afar. Just like the legacy of farmers here in South Carolina. Day in, day out, farmers from every corner of our state are carrying on the traditions of bringing locally grown food to your table. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
And when the unexpected happens to you, there's Colonial Life. Benefits that help cover what your regular insurance doesn't.
Good hard work has earned Silva Kinelato the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the women's tennis team, Kinelato is a senior tourism management major with a 3.759 GPA. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
That's your Sansbury Did You See That play? Kiki Herbert Harrigan putting an exclamation point on Carolina's win over the Lady Vols of Tennessee. Speaking of that game, boy, what a great atmosphere it was at Colonial Life Arena. Big crowd, and those are two programs that have so much tradition and have had some great moments over the years. South Carolina came ready to play. The young ladies had their focus, and that means it's a great highlight pack. Let's take a look. Congrats to Coach Staley and her squad, the biggest win ever in terms of point differential over the Lady Vols. Now this from Mike Carolina.
Hi, I'm Gamecock legend Connor Shaw, here to tell you that joining the Alumni Association is a home run. And as the new spokesperson for the Alumni Association, I want to represent all Gamecocks, regardless of their Carolina experience. Because that is what the Alumni Association does. They support all of us, not just record-breaking quarterbacks, like me. So join today or visit mycarolina.org to learn more.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pregame court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
When it comes to your money, how do you relax?
I relax because I'm with Founders.
Because a credit union is not a bank.
Banks make money off of you.
Founders focuses on the people, not the profit.
That's the member benefit.
So while we're planning for college, my future, or my new car, building a home,
Or building a nest egg.
Founders works for the financial success of me.
We're members.
And that means we have a say.
And that's how I relax.
Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com for membership details.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
Next 3 to 4 years, I will be taking my academic and my athletic talents to the University of South Carolina. I love the coaching staff. I love the people there. I don't think I could have made a better decision.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks. And Wild Wing Cafe, where great food rocks. A great look at some future Gamecocks who, of course, joined the program at National Signing Day here just a few days ago. That'll put a cap on things for this week's edition of the Gamecock Insider. Be sure to join us again next week, same time, same channel. Until then, I'm Derek Scott. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you again next week here on the Gamecock Insider.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.
Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock Sports Properties.